Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Susie, and I'm coming to you live today on a beautiful, warm day in Colorado, and it's November 19th, 2021. And today I wanted to talk just briefly about a subject that comes out up often in my work and in comments that people make to me, and that's the topic of do horses have emotions? And of course, if any of you know me or have done work with me at any level, you know that I've developed a lot of different techniques to help horses release their emotional triggers and the trauma that they've experienced over their lifetime. And so, therefore, you can see that I'm in the camp that, yes, I believe horses have complex emotions and just like humans, but perhaps they process their emotions in a way that's different than we do. Because there's some theories out there that because a horse perhaps lacks a prefrontal cortex, they cannot process emotional information. And I go in a different camp where I believe, yes, I've seen horses. The only thing I can do from observation of them is assume that they are having an emotional reaction. And so therefore it made me start to think about, well, if they don't have a large prefrontal cortex from which to process emotional information, how could they do it? And one of the ways that I've thought about is that perhaps because they have this very large heart, and we know that the heart is another type of brain in the body that possesses its own nervous system, that perhaps these emotions that horses experience get processed through their heart versus through their brain. And another theory that I have is that perhaps sometimes emotions and reasoning and thought that horses are not supposed to be able to do happen outside the brain, and this is getting more into quantum physics or into another realm altogether, where perhaps horses process information on a different level of consciousness, and that consciousness resides outside of their brain. So perhaps they can tap into something that we don't even know about, or a few people probably do know about that. I know I tap into another place of consciousness, or I do a lot of my thinking in a different place, and I've talked about that as the internet of intuition if you have watched any of my other videos. But, going from that perspective that, yes, I do believe horses have complex emotions and they express them, and that is the reason why, again, that I've developed all these programs to help horses release some of that trauma and emotional triggers, and if that wasn't working and if there was nothing to that, I wouldn't see progress happening in these horses, changes in their behaviors, changes in their relationship with their humans. And so just giving you a little place to think about today of a different way of thinking about horses and emotions, and what I'm gonna do in these really short little clips is I'm gonna give you some things to ponder. And it doesn't mean that when I'm sitting here telling you what I believe, that that is something you have to believe or I expect you to believe that. I want you to be your own scientists. I want you to do your own experiments and come to conclusions on your own. And all I'm gonna do is just offer other thoughts, other ideas, and let you go experiment. So thank you for watching today, and please comment below on this video if you have any other questions, and we'll certainly discuss it. So thank you all for joining me today, and enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.